All right, Cass, you're back, man. How does it feel?
It feels great. It's been a while, been a long time, like 6 months or so. And it feels good. I finally had like a real fight camp. I was able to train this whole time. So, I'm in shape, ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to this fight.
Yeah, and before we get talking to the fight stuff, we were just kind of talking off camera a little bit about this. Your name was in the headlines for kind of a different reason recently. Kind of a weird scenario. Can you talk to me about, you stumbled across a car that had a child in it, right? And essentially, do you want to take it from there?
Yeah, so I was actually eating some tacos and sitting across the street, and this truck pulled up and parked in the middle of the road, like kind of like not normal at all. And it just looked suspicious to me. I started watching, seeing what he was doing. He left the truck and left it in the middle of the road, and I went and checked up on there to see what the heck's going on. And fortunately, there was a child in there, and she was in the back seat, just a super young, little girl. And anyways, the cars were backing up on the car, backing up behind them. So I was telling them they got to go, go around them and stuff. And then was going around and noticed that there were some drugs on the front seat too. So that was really, a sad, especially a sad thing. So we called the police. Actually, my lady called the police, and then I stayed there to watch, make sure everything was fine. And then the police finally got there, and yeah, luckily it all worked out well. The mom came, picked up her child. It's definitely, a sad situation, scary situation. And yeah, I'm just glad that we were there to be able to help, and I'm glad, not glad, but I am glad at the same time because everything went well with that, but that he parked in the middle of the road instead of parking a regular parking lot, like nobody would ever known. So, so I'm definitely glad, we ran into that. Luckily, I've been talking to the mom here and there lately. And she actually just hit up my lady today, actually this morning, and just to let us know that the child's doing great. She's at home, or she's at home with her, and that she's just really thankful that that we were there to help her, and she saying that how we saved her child, her life was in danger and stuff like that. So it feels good, that we were able to at least do something, but. Again, it's just a scary and trippy situation.
Yeah, and I'm sure that makes you feel pretty good hearing that sort of stuff, because when you stumble across something kind of strange, I'm sure there's the thought, do I get involved? Do I not? Yeah. Is it my business? Is it not? So ultimately, you're pretty happy with hearing what you just said, that it kind of went back to the family and it meant something to them?
Oh, yeah. No, it means a lot to me. It breaks my heart, of this whole situation, because I have 2 kids myself, and I coach a lot of kids, so I love the kids. And so when they're in that kind of situation, it just really breaks, really hurts. And but hearing, when the parents, or the mother reaching out and telling us everything she's saying, it makes me feel a lot better, because it is sad. It's really sad, especially now. I've heard that the father lost all custody, and he was actually just trying to be. He had day one. He was day one with her again, try to get her back and stuff, and he messed that up. And it's a sad situation all the way around, but. Now, hearing from the mom, she's in a way better place and everything's good.
Well, that's awesome,
and hopefully this little girl won't remember it, because she was really young. She's really young. So.
Well, that's a good Samaritan to find right there, man. So shout out to you for that. And let's talk about the fight a little bit. Coming off your first career pro loss, is there any different of a mentality coming into this one? Was that tough to get over?
It was. Yes and no, because going in that last fight, I know how much training I had in there. It was only 3 weeks of training, and then cutting weight and all that stuff, and taking the 2 months off because of COVID. We were all closed. So going into that fight, I already knew it was going to be a tough fight. Rafael Stotts was, toughest fight I've ever fought in my life. And I was going in shape like I was back in amateur days, I knew I was going out of shape, but I still wanted to fight. I still had a puncher's chance, to hit that one shot, but unfortunately I missed it by a skim of his head, and he came out with the win. But I didn't take it too hard, just because I knew I saw him at his best, and he saw me at my worst. So hopefully one day we'll get that rematch and make it happen, so I could squash that L.
Yeah, and you're the first person today I've got to ask this question to. A lot of the fighters that I ask about the rankings, they were in the UFC, they kind of have experienced rankings before. But for you, you're a guy that this is the first time you have a number next to your name. So was that cool, waking up and seeing the rankings come out and seeing you in the top 10?
Yes, it is actually. It's super awesome. I'm glad that Bellator is doing a ranking system now. I think that's genius. Shout out to the Bellator team for doing that. And now it's cool too, because we can't have a lot of fighters ducking. I'm hoping they're not going to be ducking, because now there's numbers in there, and if and it looks like if you're not going to fight, you're going to move up, get bumped up. So I'm super excited for it, and for me to be in the top 10, especially after I just lost my last fight. So I'm stoked, and I think Stotts is actually ranked number 3. So I mean, I was up there. I went all 3 rounds with him. Unfortunately, he got me the last 3rd round. But again, with how out of shape I was, and how far I went with it, I was actually pretty, proud about how I did. I thought it was gonna be way worse, than anything, but.
And your opponent's ranked too, so you can say after tonight that you got another, or excuse me, after Friday, if you win, you can say that you got a ranked fighter on your resume, a ranked win. So do you feel like there's a lot at stake here now that these rankings are involved?
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah. It does. It makes it, it was serious before, but now it just gives it that little extra ump. Like, it's like, man, I'm in the top 10, and I'm going to be fighting some killers that are going to be coming down, trying to get in that top 10. And then also I'm going to be, fighting all the guys that are, under me that are ranked, 7, 8, 5, 4, 3, even the champion one day. But I do know I have a lot of work to do before I get down there, and I'm excited. I can't wait. It sparked the fire under me again, a little bit. Like, I had the fire, but this just gave me, more to, just more to wake up in the morning. Like, oh, I got to, I got to push it. I got to do more.
For sure. And I guess if I'm a fan and I tune into this fight, what am I going to see go down between you and Jornel Lugo?
I hope it's going to be a super exciting fight. The last fight, I wanted just to throw hands and stuff. It was more of a wrestling match. We threw hands a little bit, but I think Jornel's going to want to, keep it standing and stuff, But who knows? Wherever he wants to take it, I'm down. I'm not worried. I will say he won't be able to take me down. I know that. So we'll see how, that goes.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate the time and good luck on Friday.
Awesome. Thank you, guys, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in.